Hello everyone, and welcome back. In one of the last videos I posted, somebody commented in there that they miss how I used to do a lot more of the garden videos, and I think back to that, and a lot of that was like I was canning the beans and stuff like that, and a couple years ago I canned a lot of beans, and then last year I did can some also, and to be honest, I probably have 2 years worth of beans that are canned. So I really am not canning any beans, so I'm not doing a video on that this year. But so I kind of wanted to show what I do with a garden like that. Like now I'm doing a lot more dehydrating stuff, and I just come out like right now, and I mean I have cauliflower heads that I've actually picked 2 of them today, but I have a bunch that are coming up here that'll be ready soon. And what I do with them is I cut them out, wash them, cut them all up, wash them again, and I bag them, put them in the freezer, and then I can pull them out and use them whenever I want to. I have a lot of heads of broccoli here that are coming up that I have to harvest, and I'll do the same thing with these. I'm going to cut them up, I'm going to wash them, I'm going to put them in a bag and throw them in the freezer, and then in the winter or in the off months of the garden I can just grab a handful of these and throw them into stuff. I can still do stir fries because by the time I butcher the pigs, the garden is about done, so I'm not getting any fresh vegetables. And when I do a stir fry, I don't, a lot of people, the meat has to be just right, and then the vegetables have to be crispy. Not me. I throw it into do the meat separate, I put the vegetables in, I add more water than is needed. I kind of want everything to get soggy, so I think it sticks to your ribs better, and then I can put it into the refrigerator and eat it for a couple days with it, and it's not like the next day, it's like everything is soggy. Everything was soggy when it started, and it all tastes good. I'm probably going to do that with a bunch of my sweet banana peppers too, because I have a whole bunch of jars of this kind of stuff dehydrated, so I'm just going to cut it up and freeze it. And I don't mind putting these peppers in. I don't much care for the jalapenos, they're too hot, but these aren't too bad. I have a lot of green peppers that are started here too, and if I get a whole lot of them, I'll do the same thing with those. Once again, okra is growing like crazy, but I don't like okra, so I just look at it in the garden. It's just, I don't know, I don't do anything with it. Once in a while I'll throw it into a stir fry, and then I'll wish that I didn't. I have lots of heads of cabbage that are coming up here too. In fact, I've even harvested, I think just one of the white ones or the green ones, whatever, the real light colored ones. But these are coming up, and these here I just like to chop up, and I do like to dehydrate these, but I don't know, I've got so much of it dehydrated right now, I'm probably just going to make a lot of cabbage soup this year. All the yellow squash that I get, I've probably got, I'm guessing at least 50 of them so far, and they're still growing pretty good. Some of the plants are starting to die down a little bit, but I mean it's still producing really good, and those I've dehydrated a whole bunch of them, and otherwise I just cut them up and throw them into whatever meal I'm eating, and when they're done until next year. I won't be eating any yellow squash. I like yellow squash better than zucchini. I'm growing a lot of zucchini, but what I like to do with these, I mean I'll eat some of them when they're smaller, otherwise I let them get as big as they can get so they're just starting to turn yellow, and then I throw them to the pigs. They love them. I see I'm getting quite a few watermelons started. With those, the worst part about a watermelon is they start up and they grow really good, and then I kind of get sick of the garden and don't water it enough, and then I end up with smaller watermelons, but I do have a few actually that are growing in here. That's your classic looking crookneck squash there. Look at that thing. I've got quite a few different kinds here of eggplant that are growing. I've got a lot of them on there. I kind of miss those because they're way back here. I don't always see them, but I do have some nice. This was the one here that was, it's like a striped variety. It's kind of neat. I believe those 2 are the first tomatoes that I've seen that have started to get any color in them. I will for sure be doing a video when I pull the potatoes. I'm always excited every year to see just how many potatoes I get. And it won't be long, and I'm going to have, so I actually might can some tomatoes this year. I canned them 2 years ago, and I think I'm down to just 1 jar left. I don't use them a real lot, but it's nice when you have them because I don't have any other store-bought canned ones at all. All I ever use is the ones that I can myself. Onions have just a couple more days of curing out here, and then it's into the freezer with them. In this, the earlier variety of broccoli where I've already harvested the actual broccoli head and then it shoots back up, and like these are getting, they're quite old, but I like to take and break these off, and I throw them into stir fries like I'm going to do tonight. I've been picking beans for over a month now, and I still have no shortage of beans. And with my kale here, and then my collards, which are way back there, I've got two different kinds of kale here, and then I've got collards behind that. Those, I also just break off some leaves off of them, and I throw them into whatever I'm cooking right now. I mean, this is the best time of year. It's the garden time. You can eat so much of this stuff. Even with the broccoli or the cauliflower, you can eat the leaves themselves if you want to cut them up and wash them and throw them in a pan. My carrots, they still have a ways to go. I need to get a sprinkler on this and get some water down. I thought it was going to rain tonight, and it didn't. The kohlrabi, I like to throw that into my stir fries or whatever I'm cooking also, and I have dehydrated a lot of kohlrabi this year, so that's going to be nice. Just throw that into a pan in the wintertime. Oh, there's another little watermelon started. I've got my Brussels sprouts back here, but these, I don't even think about picking them until we've already had the first snow on the ground. Much better once it freezes. All my beets here, they look like they're doing really good also. It'll be probably another, I don't know, 3-4 weeks before I pull any of these out of the ground. I still have lots of cucumbers that are growing that are hiding. I never see them until I look in here. And my acorn squash is coming along pretty good. I don't eat it much, but I like to give it to my folks because they like it. So I grow it. Oh wow, I even got a bunch over there. They're going to get quite a few this year. I have a few pumpkins that are growing through this thing. In fact, that the pumpkin plants are vining so far out. They're still trying to grow pumpkins. But this one here is my... I always get one that's a pretty decent size, and this one is doing pretty good. It hasn't started to turn orange yet. All I really need is one pumpkin. I usually put it on the front step for Halloween, but I never get any trick-or-treaters here. But this year, my grandson Xander gets to help carve his first pumpkin, so he can put his little hands in this one, and I'll sit back and take pictures. Now that this video, which was just supposed to explain what I do with the garden when I'm not canning, has gotten totally out of control here and getting long, I'm finally going to do what I came out here to do. Okay everyone, well there we go. I'm going to go wash this up, cut it all up. I'm going to make me a nice mushy stir fry. Thanks a lot for watching everybody. See you guys on the next video.